Hello. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem, performed by the DHS Choral Program. Please be seated. To start our ceremony, the DHS Choral Program would like to present the piece Until We Meet Again, under the direction of Ms. Sarah Goldsmith. Good morning, everyone. Look around you. Faculty who poured into us, families who sacrificed for us, friends who showed up for us, and the class of 2026 who made it all worth it. Every single person here played a part in getting us to this moment, and we are so glad you're here to share it with us. I know it's early. I know some of you are running on coffee and pride alone, but come on, it's the class of 2026. You're only witnessed this kind of greatness once, so let's make some noise. You know, my dad tells me often that whatever you do in life, do it to your absolute best. So Dad, here's my attempt at giving my absolute best for this speech. No pressure. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruja Patel, and it is my honor to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony of the Damascus High School class of 2026. To the families in this room, we see you. We know it wasn't always easy. The early mornings, the late nights, and the patience you gave us through it all. You never stopped believing in us, even when we made that really difficult. So thank you. Today is yours just as much as it's ours. 4 years ago, we walked into this school with different backgrounds and different stories. I, for one, came in with a simple warning from my older brother who once went here, to beware of the roaches in the math hallway. Unfortunately, that warning turned out to hold true at freshman orientation. But despite the rough start, somehow this little school in a small town became home to many of us. And it wasn't the size that made it home, it was the people. We built friendships here that will last a lifetime, not only with each other, but with our teachers, coaches, staff, and administrators who showed up for us every single day. Your family will always be with you, and now, so will the family you gained from these 4 years. However, it still went by in a blink. In between, we lived. We've had late nights before exams where we should have studied instead of talking to the huzz. Mornings where on time was more of a suggestion than a reality, and assignments where we forgot the concept of a due date. So on behalf of the class of 2026, to every teacher, staff member, and administrator, we are sorry. But here's the thing about this class. Underneath all the tardiness and the late assignments and the selective participation, we are one of the most brightest, most talented, most hilarious groups of people Damascus has ever seen. And I mean that. We've already started making a lasting impact. This school felt that, the community felt that, and the world is about to feel it too. None of us really knows exactly what comes next. And honestly, that's the most beautiful part. For the first time in our lives, the page is completely blank, and we get to write whatever we want on it. Change is scary. We shouldn't pretend it isn't. Leaving the people who became your people, the hallways that watched you grow up, the place that felt like home, that's a lot to carry. However, one thing I learned is that life doesn't stop for anyone. Every chapter must come to an end, and for us, this is goodbye. But I want us to sit in that just for a second. Look around this room one last time, because these are the faces that made you who you are today. I ask you to hold on to this feeling, because now it's in the past. It pains me to say that for many of us, this might be the last time we see each other again. We'll all be spread out across the globe, embarking on our own journey. But everything we went through here wasn't for nothing. It prepared us for a world that is bigger and brighter than anything those hallways could contain. I don't know exactly what my future looks like. I don't think any of us do. Hopefully in the future we have more money in our banks, but the road ahead will get hard nonetheless. But remember where you came from. Remember the people who believed in you before you believed in yourself. Remember they've already done the hard things and you're still here. Wherever life takes us next, we carry Damascus with us. Which brings me to my final piece of advice. I'd like to share a quote from a man who needs absolutely no introduction. A man who some refer to as a king, others a legend. Many even say he's a father figure. He once said, "I'm going to use all my tools, my God-given ability, and make the best life I can with it." Ladies and gents, there's only one man on this planet who could say such a beautiful quote. Spoken by the GOAT, LeBron James. And I think that's all we really need to hear. Use your tools. Use everything this life has given you and go make the best you can with it. Standing here right now, looking out at the people who walked this journey with me, I've never been more sure that we're all exactly where we're supposed to be. I hope wherever we go next, we never forget this moment, this feeling. Class of 2026, it has been the greatest honor to be a Hornet alongside each and every single one of you. Be extraordinary, never give up, and never be satisfied. To everyone here, thank you for being part of our story. Welcome to our graduation. Now let's go be great. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our first student speaker, Eliana Arazo.
Good morning, families, teachers, staff, and most importantly, the incredible class of 2026. Give yourself a round of applause. You guys made it. Okay. There's a poem by Robert Frost that's called "Nothing Gold Can Stay." It means the most beautiful and meaningful moments with friends don't last forever. Like the first light of sunrise, laughter with friends, those moments are special because they don't stay. Looking out of all of you, my classmates, teammates, and friends, it reminds me just how special our time at Damascus High School has been. It's been golden. The class of 2026 knows how to bring the energy. Whether it was in the classroom, on the field, in clubs, or on stage, we showed up. And if there's one place where that energy was impossible to miss, it was at Friday night football games. Because at Damascus, the Swarm isn't just a student section, it's a feeling. It happens when a group of people believe in something bigger than themselves and choose to believe in each other. It's the chants echoing through the stadium, the sea of green and gold, the cold nights where we still showed up anyways, losing our voices but never our spirit. And maybe that's what made those nights so special. The fact that we didn't know how many we had left. Because moments like that don't last forever. Nothing gold can stay. And of course, none of that would be complete without the Hornet. The Hornet isn't just a mascot, it's who we are. Hornets are small, but they are strong, fearless, and impossible to ignore, which honestly sounds a lot like the class of 2026. But not all our memories were loud. Some of the most memorable moments were in the quiet ones. Like senior sunrise, where we showed up, sitting on our blankets, half asleep, watching the sky slowly change colors. At that moment, everything felt still. And we realized our last year was really here. And then senior sunset, where we sat together again, watching the day come to an end. This time, it felt different. We knew something else was ending too. Somewhere between that sunrise and that sunset, we changed in ways we didn't always notice. Nothing gold can stay. We'll remember the small moments too, the passing class periods that somehow felt too long and too short at the same time, the group chats that got us through assignments and life, the inside jokes that made no sense to everyone but meant everything to us, the times we said, "I can't do this," and then did it anyways. Of course, our journey wasn't perfect. There were stressful tests, long nights, and moments where we couldn't keep up, but we did. Those were the days the only thing getting us through was knowing that our friends were right there beside us. But those moments mattered. They taught us resilience, they taught us patience. They taught us on the hardest of days, we keep going. But before I move on, we need to recognize the people who help us get here. To our teachers and staff, thank you so much for pushing us, supporting us, and believing in us, even on the days we didn't believe in ourselves. Special shout out to Dr. D, Mr. Hall, Ms. Swami, and Ms. Sapone. Thank you so much. To our coaches, thank you so much for teaching us more than just a game. You taught us discipline, teamwork, and how to keep going when things got tough. And to our parents, thank you so much for every sacrifice, every late night, and every word of encouragement. For believing in us when things felt uncertain, for standing by us through it all. We wouldn't be here without you, for every sacrifice to keep us going. And to our friends, the ones who saw us at our best and our worst, and made saying goodbye this hard. You turned ordinary days into life memories. Class of 2026, because right here, thanks guys. Class of 2026, because right here, right now, is the last time we'll be together like this. In the same place, at the same time, as the same versions of ourselves. So take this feeling in and truly feel it, because that's what makes this moment so important. Nothing gold can stay. Don't let it pass you by. Take it in and remember it. So class of 2026, as we close this chapter and step into the future, remember that nothing gold can stay. Life isn't perfect, it's not polished, it doesn't come with retakes. It's like a disposable camera. One shot, no filters, no do-overs. Every laugh, every mistake, and every memory that's what made the picture of our lives so real. Life isn't about waiting for everything to be perfect or golden. It's about finding meaning in the moments you never want to forget. So take that picture, everyone say cheese. And live in the moment and don't wait. And before we leave here as graduates for the last time as students, go Hornets. Thank you.
Good morning, Damascus High School class of 2026, our friends, our family, our teachers, and everyone who helped carry us here. Before I begin, I want you to honor this moment with me. Take a breath, look around this room, really look, because every single person here carries a story that almost didn't make it to this moment, but somehow we did. For those who may not know me, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Lashana Getawinda Redrago. It is a name that has crossed an ocean before it ever crossed this stage. A name carried through uncertainty, sacrifice, and whispered prayers spoken in languages some people here may never understand. My family carried it across water, believing that somewhere on the other side of fear, there was a future waiting for me. My family did not come here for comfort. They came here for possibility. But I've learned something about oceans. They don't just carry you forward, sometimes they pull you under. I didn't always walk into Damascus as the person you see here standing today. I walked in carrying anger, confusion, a kind of hurt that didn't have words yet. And there were days, more than I like to admit, where it felt like I was drowning. Like the very ocean that once carried my family here to a better life had come back for me, pulling at my feet, filling my lungs, and telling me to sink. The hardest part, from the outside, it didn't always look like drowning. Sometimes it looked like silence, sometimes it looked like anger, sometimes it looked like pushing away people before they could leave first. But there were people who saw me anyway. My 9th grade English teacher, Miss Goodnow, looked at a girl full of hurt and instead of labeling her, handed her a book. Hold on. She didn't try to fix me. She gave me space to find myself. She reminded me that my story wasn't over just because I didn't understand it yet. The front office became a second home to me. Miss Runkles, Miss Brooks, and Miss Shellhorse. To them, I wasn't too much, I wasn't difficult, I was just Lala. And the security guards, Hancock, Johnson, Fines, and Aggie, they didn't just stand in the hallways, they stood beside me. When I felt like I was slipping deeper into that water, they reached for me, they held on, and for 4 years, they reminded me again and again that I was still here, and that it still meant something. And somewhere in all of that, I found Yasin, my best friend, not because our lives were the same, but because she understood them. She stayed on hard days, on quiet days, and on those days I didn't recognize myself. And sometimes being loved like that, this is what keeps you from going under. I grew up surrounded by people who taught me what strength looks like. My mother, a beautiful Black woman who built her life out of other people's doubt. My father, proof that starting over is possible. My family, proof that sacrifice is showing up again and again. My family went from mattresses on the floor to bed frames. And maybe that sounds small, but to me, it meant everything, because it meant we are not where we started. And this year reminded me how fragile everything is. I lost my grandfather, a man who felt like ground beneath my feet, and I lost my dear friend, River Washington. Some names feel like sunlight when you say them. River was one of those names. Losing him didn't just hurt, it changed the air, the hallways felt quieter, the laughter didn't sound the same, and grief is complicated. Sometimes it's tears, sometimes it's silence, and sometimes it's laughing, and then feeling guilty for it after. Sometimes it feels like I was right back in that water again, and I almost let it take me, but I'm still here, not whole, but as me. And maybe that is the bravest thing I have ever done. Because being whole doesn't mean being unbroken. It means standing anyway. It means carrying the people you lost inside your voice and choosing to keep going. There's a part of a song that says, I could go back to the old place and write your name on every blank page, but it's a story now, just a story now. You say there's no need to look behind me, that I can keep you here beside me, to make a mess of it, to make a best of it. It isn't perfect, but it might be. And that's what I've learned. We don't move on, we move forward with them. Class of 2026, you don't know every battle the person next to you has fought to sit here today. But I promise you this, someone next to you has felt like they were drowning too. And they're still here, just like you. They didn't get here because it was easy. We got here because we kept showing up, even when it hurts, even when we're tired, and even when we didn't know if we could keep going. So as we leave this place, remember this. Don't make friends with loneliness. Carry your name with pride, no matter how different it sounds. Sit at tables you were told weren't meant for you. And when you sit there, do not shrink. Because you weren't just meant to fit in. You were meant to take up space. Let yourself be bold, be soft, grieve, love, and hold on to the people who hold on to you. And when the ocean rises again, because it will, and you feel like it might pull you under, remember this also. You come from people who know how to cross it. So today, when you cross this stage, remember that we are not just graduates, we are proof. Proof that even when life tries to drown us, we learn how to breathe again. Proof that even after loss, even after doubt, even after everything, we rise. Congratulations, class of 2026. And to those we carry with us today, River, my grandfather, and everyone who lives in our hearts, this moment is yours too. We will carry you forward and we'll make you proud. Thank you.
Testing, okay. Good morning, Damascus High School. My name is Yassine Ken. I'm sure many of you recognize my voice as you've heard it every morning this year on the morning announcements. Now, I'm sure when the PA system turned on, many of you were probably thinking, oh my God, here this girl goes again. But deep down, you know you're going to miss my daily jokes and enthusiasm. When we walked into kindergarten in August of 2013, our backpacks were small, but still almost too big for our small shoulders. As we grew, our backpacks became fuller, not just with books and papers, but with responsibility, pressure, long nights, and things we didn't always talk about. Some days, it felt like too much of a burden, but we pushed through. We added to the weight year after year, yet we always kept it zipped up to keep it from others. But somewhere along the way, something changed. The backpack didn't get lighter, we got stronger. What once felt overwhelming slowly began to fit. And before we even realized it, we weren't just carrying everything inside, we had grown into the people who could handle it. Like so many of my peers, I didn't just carry schoolwork in my backpack. I carried the weight of wanting my grandmother and my parents to see me succeed. I carried where I came from. I spent the first 5 years of my life in Senegal, which is a country in West Africa. After moving there at just 9 months old and leaving at 5, even though I was young, I remember everything. I remember going to school with my cousins, the late night drives, the beach trips, and the feeling of always being surrounded by people who loved me. Growing up alongside my sister and my cousins taught me more than I realized at the time. What stuck with me the most was the love they showed me every single day. My two oldest cousins, who were only 17 and 16, helped raise all of us. I like to joke and call them my second moms, but the truth is, they really were. They changed diapers, washed and styled our hair, comforted us when we cried. They did everything a mother would do, and I carried that with me too. That kind of love, that kind of responsibility, it stayed in my backpack as I grew up. It shaped how I see the world and who I want to be today. I know that many of you, like me, were shaped by our family's love, support, and attentiveness. What once felt like a heavy weight in our backpacks became something more. It became a purpose, it became a strength, and it became a reminder that everything we carry, even the heaviest parts, are what shape us into who we are meant to become. As I entered Damascus High School, I knew I wanted to be remembered as a leader, someone who has a kind heart and someone who's dependable. I'm leaving now in the comfort of knowing that I have achieved all of those and more. I joined many clubs throughout my high school career. My journey within the Black Student Union and as a member of the majorette dance team has been fueled by a singular purpose: to cultivate a sense of belonging. Recognizing that I was a part of a minority within our school, I was driven to ensure that every student felt not just seen, but heard, truly valued and connected. Whether through the vibrant expression of cultural events, the dynamic energy of our dance performances, or simply by offering a supportive presence, my commitment was to build an inclusive community where all students could find their home. But I was not the only one contributing to the positive experience of Damascus High School. So many of you, through your drive, resilience, and determination, pushed through the challenges of high school. In some cases, it led to individual achievements. In other cases, what we did added to the uniqueness of the Damascus community. They weren't lying when they said 4 years passes by in the blink of an eye. The one shy freshman found a way to come out of her shell. I'm kidding, we all knew I wasn't shy, but I'm so proud of myself for stepping outside of my comfort zone and building relationships. Our teachers and administrators truly showed us that they cared. I knew their office doors were always open for me to come whenever I needed to, and I was there a lot. Whether it was for advice, to cry, to laugh, or to just check in. They always made sure I felt seen and heard, especially my office ladies right there, Miss Runkles, Miss Shellhorse, and Miss Brooks. I love you guys. Anyone who knows me knows that I was always in the office, not because I was in trouble, but because I loved talking to them. I think I was in the office about 5 times per day. Every time I asked for a hall pass, my 7th period teacher, Mr. Catch, would always tell me, don't be in the office for too long. I mean, what kid willingly goes into the office for fun? That goes to show you what a welcoming community Damascus created for all of us. We were always taught to have one person as a safe space in school, but I had too many to count. I can finally say that I resonate with the phrase, once a hornet, always a part of the swarm, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Finally, thank you for letting me get to know you all. I will miss you all more than you know. The memories we've made, the moments we shared, there's something I'll carry with me forever. As we close this chapter of our lives, we're opening a brand new one. Our backpacks may be a little lighter today, but it won't be long before we feel the weight of our shoulders, before we feel the weight grow on our shoulders again. We can be confident, however, that not only have our shoulders strengthened through our formative years, but that we have a community willing to continue their love and support. While the story ahead of us is unwritten, the pages are blank, waiting for each of us to step in as the author. What we choose to write, the risks we take, and the paths we follow will shape the story that becomes our future. And while it's hard to say goodbye, I'm confident that every single one of you is going to do amazing things in the future. And for the final time, thank you for your time and have a wonderful day, Damascus High School Class of 2026.
Wow, wasn't that just a beautiful speech? Give it up to her one more time. Good morning, staff, fellow graduating students, and my family. I feel greatly honored to stand here before all of you in this life-changing ceremony. I want to thank my parents for the role that they played in my life. I wouldn't be here if it were for them. I, Chamela Magdalene Nathan, am a product of a combination of strict Nigerian Igbo culture and American liberal training coupled with a solid Christian home, which will be important in the years ahead because school, like life, is transient. Before you know it, everything that exists here will be gone. Not literally, of course. The building will still stand, well, maybe it will stand. And the bells will still ring. And someone next year will still complain about the poor Wi-Fi and then be told to disconnect and then try their data. While another person will pretend to understand the test 5 minutes before class starts. Can you imagine that? And someone next year will still complain about the poor Wi-Fi. But this version, our version, disappears in the next hour or so. One day, these hallways will feel smaller than they do right now. Our classrooms will become blurry memories. The people you saw here every single day will soon become names you only search for once in a while. And eventually, this chapter of our lives will stop feeling endless and start feeling like a story. That's the strange thing about high school. And I think the adults here understand that feeling a little bit more than we do. As I speak, some of them may remember their own glory days, not because life peaked back then. I mean, hey, it kind of did. But because there's something painful and beautiful about growing up. Being young before you realize how fast youth disappears, many of them were in the same condition we are in now, convinced life would take forever to unfold. But before you know it, a gray hair or two began to pop up. And suddenly, they became the adults, giving the advice instead of receiving it. Take out teachers, for example. We see that they are more than just the graders in a grade book, more than just the voices in the front of our classroom at 7 a.m. Some fought through years of sacrifice just to stand where they stand today. Some worked multiple jobs, some left behind homes, families, entire versions of themselves. Some kept showing up every single day while carrying struggles we never knew. And still, they showed up for us. The same is true for our parents and families. When we were young, we see parents, parents, not as people, but before they were driving us to practice, disciplining us about our assignments, or worrying about our future, they were teenagers too. I sometimes look at my Nigerian parents and think, one more time. I sometimes look at my Nigerian parents and think, wait, they were young before? Like they once wore backpacks and stuff? Can you imagine that? But as hard as it is for us to think about that, the answer is yes, they were. Some of them wish they could go back just for one day to relive their youth, long before responsibilities replaced freedom and time began moving so fast, not because adulthood is miserable, but because every person eventually realizes that ordinary moments become priceless once they're gone. And maybe that's what today is really about. Not diplomas, not awards, not accomplishments, but understanding that every single person here carries a story built from sacrifice, perseverance, failure, love, pressure, hope, and time, including us. Right now, we think our real stories begin after graduation. But years from now, this will be our story. The freshman year trips to Weiss, the locked bathroom doors, the normal use of ChatGPT, the frequent ID checks, and the vending machine scams. The teachers who believed in us before we believed in ourselves. One day, we'll be the ones fighting to explain who we were through photos, old videos, half-faded memories, trying to prove we were once young and free, even when adulthood doesn't show it anymore. We'll compare new generations to our own the same way our adults do now, watching trends change faster than we can keep up. And maybe we didn't always listen when they told us their stories, as we responded with, "All right, Grandma, wrap it up," thinking there would always be more time. But one day, we'll wish we had, because we'll realize they weren't just talking about the past, they were trying to leave it with us. And maybe one day, we'll look at another graduating class and quietly wish we could return here just for 5 more minutes, just to hear the bells again, just to walk the hallways one more time, just to be this young again. So before today ends, take the time to look around, even at the guy kicking your chair behind you, at your friends, at your teachers, at your parents. Because everyone here is a living story you probably know less about than you think. And someday, your high school years will become your story too. So take the time and listen to theirs. Once again, congratulations, class of 2026.
Good morning, class of 2026, and good morning to all else here in support of these graduates. Hornets, I've got just one question for you today. It's a question I'm sure you've heard 1,000 times over, but today, it hits a little differently. What is your purpose in this world? If you had asked a younger Ryan Shadackle, I would have told you my purpose was to serve the nation as a Navy SEAL, executing top secret missions. Back then, my friends and I had pretty astronomical versions of success. My friends wanted to be NFL stars, professional Fortnite players, or the next Mr. Beast. And let's be honest, half of us still just wanted to be LeBron. But have we ever stopped to ask why? Why did we grow up believing our primary purpose in this world was to be rich, famous, or followed? In my opinion, we've been conditioned to trade our time for social currency. We're taught that visibility equals value, and that a bank account balance is a scoreboard for happiness. We spend so much time looking at highlight reels of others on social media that we start treating our own lives like a rehearsal for a stage we might never even want to stand on. Don't get me wrong, money matters. It pays the bills and buys the freedom to breathe a little easier. But since when did our purpose become merely survival? Since when did we decide that the pinnacle of human experience was when the direct deposit hits on Friday? Let me be clear. I'm not suggesting you quit your future job tomorrow to chase an impossible dream without a backup plan. Don't jump ship without a life vest. But I am suggesting you don't treat your passions as afterthoughts, and that you start seeking out a lifestyle that you truly enjoy. Take some time to yourself. Go watch the sunset, play pickleball at the regional park, or get ice cream at Jimmy Cone. Go do what you truly want to do. We often hear about people on their deathbeds wishing they had worked less. They don't wish they'd spent more time in a cubicle or replying to emails at 11 p.m. Rather, they wish they'd taken the risk. At the end of the day, no one but you lives in your body. Just as Mr. Dow once said, if you're going to cheat, you better be 100% sure that your peer is correct. Because if you're going to fail an exam, do it on your own terms. Yet, if you do mess up, so what? The only true failure in this world is a life lived on someone else's terms. So, class of 2026, I challenge you. Tonight, don't just celebrate this milestone. Reflect on where you're going. What type of person are you today? And more importantly, what type of person do you actually want to become? Don't just move through the world like a machine on autopilot. We have AI for that. Think for yourself. Question the world around you instead of blindly accepting it. Interrogate it, challenge it, change it. Because when all is said and done, the only person who can define your success is you. Thank you, Damascus.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Precious Young, your Public Relations Officer. I'm really proud of the class of 2026 and everything we've been through together. We've made so many memories, faced challenges, and finally made it to this moment. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our amazing class representative, Mrs. Stoltz.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Megan Stoltz, and I've been proud to serve as the class sponsor for the class of 2026 this past school year. Graduation is always such an exciting day for me as I get to stand up here and look out at all of you on the day that culminates all of your accomplishments throughout your 4 years of high school. Whether you're someone that I've gotten to watch grow up in the neighborhood, someone that wandered into my classroom one day and just kept coming back, or someone I met through a club or a sport, I am so proud of all of you sitting here today, and I'm honored to celebrate this special day with you and your families. As we sit here today, preparing for you all to take your first steps out of Damascus High School and into the world, I hope that you're able to fondly look back on your time here at DHS. As you travel down this next road of life, be it a highway or a bumpy back road, to where life takes you next, whether it's college, the military, trade school, the workforce, or somewhere you haven't even imagined yet, I hope you leave here knowing that your time at DHS has prepared you for more than just academics. You've learned how to persevere through challenges, support the people around you, and grow into individuals you are today. As you move forward, remember to be kind, courageous, and never underestimate the impact that you have on others. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are incredibly proud of you, and we cannot wait to see what you all accomplish.
Good morning. My name is Kweku Okra, and I'm the vice president of the senior class. Today, we're lucky to hear from somebody who's shaped lives of countless students here at Damascus High School, Mr. James Dow. For the past quarter of a century, now that you can tell by looking at him, Mr. Dow has taught math here at Damascus. But over the years, he's taught us much more. He's shown us what it means to be an active member in our community. Mr. Dow has shown his commitment through his years as a soccer coach, his role as a sponsor in the weightlifting club, and the way he shows up for us every day. He's one of those rare teachers whose classroom students actually want to be in, even during lunch. And let's be honest, when you see Mr. Dow, he's not exactly what you picture when you think of a traditional math teacher. With his full sleeves of tattoos, his ear gauges, a love of motocross, rock and roll, and punk, he can seem pretty intimidating first. But like an onion, you quickly realize that Mr. Dow is a man of many layers. He spends his weekends fishing, he can turn an ordinary chalkboard into legendary graffiti-style art, and he's completely unfazed when students get on their desks to grab pencils out the ceiling. But what really makes Mr. Dow unforgettable are the lessons he teaches beyond the classroom. Real quick, raise your hands if you ever heard one of his Dowisms, a combination of advice, humor, and hard truth. Somehow, Mr. Dow always knows exactly what students need to hear, usually at the right moment, like this is a group quiz. He's the kind of teacher who pushes you to work harder, believe in yourself, and laugh a little when life gets stressful. We are so grateful for your belief in us, Mr. Dow. And now it's my honor to introduce our next guest speaker, a true Damascus High School legend, Mr. James Dow.
I don't know about all that legend stuff, but we'll see. My name's Jimmy Dow. I've been swarming the Hornet hallways for 26 years teaching math. One of my goals has always been to give the commencement speech at graduation. So I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the class of 2026 for letting me have the privilege of sharing this day with you. During my years of teaching, I learned that life is like a parabola. It goes up, it goes down, but sometimes it goes sideways. I told you, Lashana, I was going to run that joke. And if you think for 1 second I'm going to give some deep math analogy speech, clearly you have not been paying attention the past few years. So instead, here's a day in the life. Ding, 7:45, the day starts. Hello, class. Oh, yes, Sarah Zaleski, you have a question. Oh, you just wanted to tell me the only reason you took this class was to get a higher AP score than your brother. Well, Sarah, I don't remember what score your brother got, but I do know I won't have to send you to Mr. Humphrey's room for spilling water under my door when I locked you out for being late, Timmy. Cordelia Roth, what did you do over the weekend? Oh, you crashed your dirt bike into a tree? Good job, bud. Next time using the brakes. Mr. Dow. Yes, Antonio Iorio. Bro, I crushed these dudes in basketball yesterday during gym class. Calm down, Tony. You're 6'2", and those dudes were in 9th grade. Jamal Nye. Seriously, put your hand down. I'm not giving you points back on that test. Shannon Mullaney. Hey, Mr. Dow. I won't be in class later this week. I'm going to WrestleMania. And why wasn't I invited? Ding, end of class. Ding, 8:40, period 2. Hey, everyone. No, Mara Kuroda. I'm not changing the music to put on Iron Maiden. So I was saying, oh, there's a guest at the door over here. Yes, Nora Patton. You aren't in this class. How can I help? Oh, you need to borrow a calculator. No problem. That's every third day, by the way. Bridget, please buy your daughter a calculator. Benaya Yaboa Danso, what's up? Oh, you just wanted to trade me your football jersey for this cardboard helmet that I have on the ceiling? Sure. Side note, Benaya recently got an Apple Watch so he could officially track the number number of steps he takes while he's in the hallways when he's supposed to be in class. Ding, end of class. Ding, 9:30, period 3. Phew, this is my planning period. So let me get in here and grade these No, that's not going to happen. Hey, Ruja Patel. Where'd you come from? Mr. Dow, I'm about to destroy this Calc BC test. Ms. Swami has no idea what I'm going to unleash. I was like, calm down, Turbo. Let's dial the nerd back to a 7. Ding, end of class. Ding, 10:20, period 4. Hey, guys. Oh, hey, Callum Hughes. How'd your match go over the weekend? You won. Well, I guess a Big Mac is a pretty good pre-match meal. Mr. Dow, I'm freaking out over the test coming up. Sarah Parker, calm down. You're fine. Matt Chapin, do you have a race this weekend? Well, just remember one thing. When in doubt, upshift and twist the throttle. Everything will work itself out. Mr. Dow, check out these fish I caught. Get out of my fishing spot, Matt Gamino. Ding, end of class. Ding, 11:10, time for lunch. On my way to grab my lunch, I see Rebecca Waller-Green. Hey, Mr. Dow. I made you some cookies. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Rebecca. And thanks for all the snacks throughout the year, by the way. So I come back into my room after grabbing my lunch and from the math office, and in that span of 60 seconds, my classroom is now packed full of you guys. I thought I was going to eat lunch alone. That is not happening. And somehow the music has changed. Eva Kallela has hijacked my music yet again. But at least she puts on good music. So Shane, wherever you're at, good job on teaching her the right kind of music. Mr. Dow, Yes, Jocelyn Fryer. What's the schedule for weightlifting this week? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Put it in the group chat. Hola, Angel Solis, Senor Dow. Angel's been my Spanish tutor all year, but unfortunately, and according to him, I can't repeat 90% of the words he taught me, especially if I want to keep my job. Huge thank you to Jocelyn and Angel for being captains of the weightlifting club. You both did an amazing job. Ding, end of lunch. Ding, 12:05, period 5. The entire math department has a common planning period this period, so finally, some peace and quiet. No. Hey, Hunter Scott. Mr. Dow, big party this weekend. Come through. Thanks, Hunter. But I might just have to file that into a little spot I call oversharing. And then I hear Zarabi Tabraj. Hey, can you write me a pass? I'm kind of late. Sure thing, Zamira. I mean, Zarabi. Okay, Zarabi looks me dead in the face and said, did you just call me by my sister's name again? You're dead to me. Listen, I did call Zarabi Zamira 4 times over 3 years, but in my defense, who names their daughters Zarabi and Zamira and doesn't expect me to get that confused? I'm going to have a talk with your parents, who clearly are sitting over there at the end of this. Ding, end of class. Ding, 12:55, period 6. Mr. Dow, I'm off to my internship at the state senate. Well, have fun, Ryan Chadackle. When Ryan runs for office, I think you guys should vote for him. I do believe part of his campaign is raising teacher salaries, or at least it should be. Just saying. My boss is right there, by the way. I probably should have left that out. Ding, end of class. Oh, hello, Mia Dove. Good luck in your game today. Just remember, you can't hit a home run without swinging the bat. And I'm not talking about softball, Mia. Jamal Nye, seriously, put your hand down. I'm not giving you those points back. Ding, start of class. 1:45, period 7. Hello, Jessica Schultz. Hello, Mr. Dow. I was just stopping by to say hello on my way to calculus. Hey, Jess. Take it, leave it, take it. Calculus nerds having flashbacks right now. And my main oos, Aaron Koch. 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Ding, end of school day. Shoo! That was 1 day out of the past 1,460 days. If the only thing you learned from me was math, then I didn't do my job. Hopefully you learned it's the relationships you build with people. I also hope you made some cool memories and you take every moment with you moving forward. And honestly, what I'm going to remember the most isn't the grades, it isn't the test scores. It's the random conversations, the lunch periods, the weird stories, the fact that every single day one of you walked into my room with some completely ridiculous thing to tell me, and somehow that became the best part of my job. Your journey does not end here today, but sadly, our journey does. I don't really have anything inspirational to say, so I'm going to say one last thing, and I'm going to walk off and just go about my day. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thanks for the stories. Thanks for the chaos. And please, for the sake of your future professors, buy a calculator. Deuces.
Can we all say thank you again to Mr. Dow for his amazing speech? Where is it? Just one moment, guys. Okay, I just want to say good morning, graduates, families, teachers, staff, and guests. My name is Sarah Parker, and I was your class of 2026 treasurer. It's my pleasure to introduce someone who has quickly become such an important part of the Damascus High School community, Mr. Roner. From the moment he came to DHS, it was clear how much he valued the strong sense of community, school pride, and tradition that make Damascus so special. He recognized that Damascus is more than just a school. It is a place where students are supported, challenged, and encouraged to find their passions. What our principal loves most about Damascus High School is the students. He sees strength in the diversity of experiences, talents, and pathways that make up our student body. And he believes that every student has the ability to achieve great things. Our principal understands the importance of honoring traditions and legacy that have shaped Damascus into the school that it is today. But he also wants to help build a future that reflects voices, experiences of today's students. His vision is one where DHS continues to grow, thrive, and remain a place where every student feels seen, valued, and inspired. So, please join me in welcoming Mr. Roner to the stage.
All right, good morning, everyone. How we doing? Just to warn you, I'm gonna get you guys up and moving a little bit. We might be doing some yelling just to warn you because I know we're halfway through here. You're doing great. Class of 2026, you're almost there. It's almost official, but let me introduce the people that will actually make it official. First person I want to introduce is Mrs. Zimmerman. She's the Board of Education member. If you'll give a wave, Stan, thank you. I got Dr. Taylor, Superintendent of Schools. Please stand, wave, thank you. I have Mr. Mamoon. He is the Chief of Operations Officer. I have Mrs. Porter, Chief Academic Officer. Mr. McGee, Associate Superintendent and former Damascus School Elementary School Principal. I have Dr. Allen, Director of Damascus Cluster. And our cluster principals are sitting over there. If you guys could just all wave real quick, I'm gonna ask each one of you to stand and wave. Now, class of 2026, when you hear your former school, I wanna hear some noise, okay? So the first one up is Mr. Wynn from Cedar Grove Elementary School. Stand and wave. Let me hear it, okay. Mrs. Graber, Clear Spring Elementary School. Let's hear it, okay. Oh, that was a little louder, okay. Mr. Delisle, Damascus Elementary School. All right. Mrs. Simon, Rockwell Elementary School. All right. Mrs. Houston, Woodfield Elementary School. All right. Now these are the middle schools. These are gonna be a little louder. Mr. Levine, Baker Middle School. And Dr. McNeil could join us today by Holly Wells Middle School. Thank you all for being here with us. All right, I would also like to introduce the administrative team and recognize them. Please stand and wave. Mr. Elgin, Athletic Director. Mrs. Brazil, Assistant Principal. Ms. Fitzgerald. And Mr. Saltzman. A special thank you to Mrs. Stoltz. Please stand up. She's our graduation coordinator. Everything possible. And Mr. Dow, do one more stand up. Thank you for being our speaker today. Getting people moving. For our faculty, staff, thank you. You have guided, you have challenged these students. You have supported them every step of the way. At this time, all faculty and staff at Damascus High School, please rise and let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, staff. We have some retirees that I need to recognize. I'm gonna ask them to stand, give a wave. Miss Brazil, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Brown, School Registrar, she's over here, I saw her. Dr. Hanson, I saw him somewhere. There he is, all the way back there. We have Miss Horman, she's our art teacher. Mr. Hyman, I saw him somewhere. There he is, all right, Mr. Hyman. Mr. Ortiz, where are you? I saw you too. There he is. Miss Grasavich, ASL teacher, I saw her over here. Oh, there she is back there. I saw her, okay. Mr. Wells, math teacher. Oh, there he is. And last, she could not join us, Miss Zolda Beanie. Thank you. Thank you for your years of service and the lasting impact you had on generations of students. To the families, this is your moment too. Think about all the carpooling, the late night texting, or doing the find, figure out where everyone is. This is your part too. So every family member, please stand up. Let's get a little break and stand up, everybody. Oh, there we go, people are standing up. All right, there we go. Yes, all right. Thank you, everybody. I got everyone moving. I was thinking as Yassine was talking about how she's the morning announcement person, I'm the guy that comes over the loudspeaker at 2:28 specifically. And I do what's called, we do buzzworthy. We shout out what's happened that week. You never know what I'm going to say. This year, I stepped up my game and I did a Darth Vader impression during AP testing. It was somewhat popular, but I'm really trying new things. So today, I get to do the ultimate buzzworthy and really give the statistics on this class as a whole, and it is amazing. So bear with me. If you are one of these graduates, if you're one of these involved in one of these activities, let me hear you shout out as I go through them. Over 100 graduates earned AP Scholar recognition. That's pretty impressive for a class of 340. 52 graduates Seal of Biliteracy. 10 graduates will be the first generation college students. 16 graduates completed early college program. That's an associate degree before they graduate. This class earned over $500,000 in scholarships. Music, orchestra, band, and choral earned excellent superior ratings, and seniors were accepted to MCPS All-State Honors Ensembles. Look at that. Now, this extracurricular list is by far a lot longer than last year's. Not that we're comparing last year, this year, sorry about that, but it's pretty impressive. Stock market team, regional champs, science Olympiad, placed 3rd and 6th in the state competition. DECA placed at the regional competition. Journalism, we had the 2026 Maryland Student Journalist of the Year. Leo Club, 2 Leos of the Year. Debate team, went to the semifinals. My favorite, I know this is not exactly on the list, but you brought back the mural. The mural that you can see every time you drive by Damascus High School. It is out there, it is amazing. Athletics, regional champs, cheerleading, softball, baseball, county champs, cheerleading. Boys golf finished 4th in states. Girls swim and dive finished 3rd. State champs, cheerleading. 5 individual state champs from girls swim and dive. 16 graduates will compete in 11 different sports as they go on to college. And while there was not an official stunt team tournament this year, guess who was undefeated? Us. We were. And the Latin team won multiple awards in different areas. Congratulations to them as well. And one of you has chosen to serve our country by enlisting in the Army. Class of 2026, this was buzzworthy. Congratulations. And typically at this point, if I'm over the PA announcement, we play a song as we leave the building. Our band will be playing a beautiful song as you guys exit as part of the buzzworthy Friday finale. So my last thing, I'm a very traditional person. I am a history major, so it's very important to me that the principal gives a last message or words of wisdom. I really appreciate Mr. Dow doing the hour by hour, and because that really shows what a day in the life of the teacher and the students are. My message to you is simply follow your passions and stay open to discovering them along the way. I've talked to a lot of you about what you're doing in the next steps. Some of you know exactly what you're doing. Some of you are still trying to figure it out, and some of you are still trying to explore different options. This year is very unique for me personally because I'm gonna age myself and all that good stuff. This is my 30th year since I graduated high school up in New Jersey. And so I was thinking about that as I got we don't get it by mail anymore, we got a text message and said, hey, don't forget you had the 30th reunion this summer. So I was like, all right, this is interesting. What was I like when I sat where you are up in New Jersey? So I'm gonna explain and give you guys a real story about how I found my passion. So back in 1996, I was heading to Bloomsburg University. Oh, someone's heard Bloomsburg, okay, good. I was going to wrestle at the D1 school, and I was majoring in accounting and business management. Obviously, that sounds great, and obviously I didn't go through all of that. After my freshman year of college, a family friend was like, hey, don't go back home to New Jersey. Why don't you go explore? So I started to apply for jobs, seasonal jobs around the country, and I got a job in DC area. I worked on the National Park Service, and I worked at a place called Fort Hunt. And because I was a seasonal employee, I didn't have off on like Saturday and Sundays. I had off on Tuesday and Wednesday. So all I did was explore the DC area, and I learned about our country in detail and the pride that we have in our capital. And so I returned to college that sophomore year, and I went into the bookstore. I don't even know if they have bookstores anymore or if they're all electronic. Instead of buying my tax accounting book, for those who have taken tax accounting, it's this massive US government book that's like 1,000 pages. I was buying history books for classes I was not enrolled in. Because I thought about it, this is what I was interested in. So halfway through my sophomore year, I decided, you know what? I'm switching my major because I found my passion. And I switched to history, and I began my career starting in education. So I say that to all of you because I want you to know that finding your passion isn't always one big moment. It can appear unexpectedly, it can change like mine did over time, it can grow gradually. So whether you found it or you're still searching, keep exploring and appreciate those around you that help you get there. You can imagine that switching my majors when I came home was an interesting conversation with my parents. Luckily, I had a builder for one parent, and then I had a teacher for the next. So it was very supportive. So please make sure you thank those along the way. In closing, class of 2026, this is not goodbye. I do not like saying goodbye. This is until we meet again. And when we do, I want to hear how you found your passion or how you're living through with your passion. As we close this chapter of your high school career, I also want to take a moment to recognize that you have all left a lasting impact and legacy at Damascus High School. And today, for the first time, we introduce a new tradition. And the tradition is the Hornet Legacy Award. It's honoring a student who reflects our core value that's actually printed on the back of this pamphlet and says, rooted in belonging, growing in achievement, and thriving together. At this time, I would like to invite the first recipient of the class of 2026 Hornet Legacy Award to the podium to share a few words. Please welcome Callum Hughes.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here today and grateful to have received this award. I'd like to start by thanking all the people who have supported me throughout my 4 years at Damascus. My teachers and coaches have not only helped me learn and grow, but have also taken the time to provide me with letters of recommendation for college and references for jobs. My family deserves a huge thank you for putting up with me and pushing me to accomplish great things. Also, shout out to all the good friends I made at Damascus. One of the teachers who helped me on my journey was Mr. Spoles. I met him freshman year in U.S. history, and his encouragement convinced me to take AP Government. This was a class that challenged me, but also showed me what I was capable of. That confidence led me to keep pushing myself with college-level courses, even if I did have to make too many visits to Mr. Dow at lunch to survive calculus. The opportunity to succeed in these college-level classes helped me get into my dream university. Go Terps! I'm grateful not only for the teachers and challenging classes at Damascus, but also for the incredible sports community. Wrestling and football taught me leadership, resilience, and what it means to be part of a team. The lessons my coaches instilled in me will carry me far beyond high school. Recently, I was recruited to attend training camp in Delaware to become a seasonal police officer in Bethany Beach. I never would have survived the physical training and stress of that without the lessons my Damascus coaches taught me, like how to push myself, physically and mentally, even when I wanted to quit. One of the most important things I learned from Damascus community was the impact of kindness. Many of you know my brother Aiden, who has special needs. I remember being worried when I was younger about whether people at high school would accept him. Not only did the Damascus community accept Aiden, but it treated him with kindness, friendship, and respect. And not just Aiden, but all the students with special needs. I've seen this daily, whether it's during a Best Buddies meeting where people make gifts for their friends, or at a football game, seeing all the students in the bleachers giving my brother high fives. Best Buddies is a great program, and I've had some incredible experiences, such as our club being invited by the Ravens to walk on the field at M&T Stadium, and even having the opportunity to be on the local news, where I got to talk about what makes the Best Buddies Club Damascus special. I also participated in Allied softball all 4 years of high school. In my time on the team, we won a county championship. This year, I had the honor of being captain alongside my brother, and we had a great season. I would like to thank Coach Kropp and Coach McGaffin, who do a fantastic job running the program. My Allied softball teammates taught me the true meaning of work ethic. And I learned in my time on the team that the athletes facing the greatest challenges often work the hardest of all. I am grateful for all the opportunities I have had at Damascus to learn from such diverse and talented teachers, coaches, and students. I am grateful that my family and I have been part of such an inclusive community, and Damascus will always be near and dear to my heart. Thank you, and good luck, everybody.
Thank you, Callum. Callum's message reminds us that legacy is built through people we impact, relationships we form, and how we make others feel seen, supported, and valued. And that's important to us at Damascus High School. And for my final duty as your principal, I have one more formal responsibility to complete. Ms. Zimmerman, on behalf of the faculty and staff at Damascus High School, I am proud to recommend the members of the class of 2026 as qualified candidates for the State of Maryland diploma. Thank you, class of 2026, and at this time, please welcome Ms. Zimmerman, Board of Education member.
Good morning, class of 2026. You did it, yay. I'm excited for you. Before, I say the magic words and confer your degrees, I would like to read you a book. And even before I do that, I want to tell you a little story about it. Last year, that was my first time conferring degrees, and they tell board members you're supposed to give a little bit of a speech. And that didn't quite feel authentic to who I am. I come from an elementary classroom teacher space, and reading a children's book really felt right. And telling, my fellow grown-ups about this, they looked at me kind of like, they're gonna graduate from high school, right? And I do, I promise I know this, but it felt really, right to call back to your foundational years in elementary school, and it felt true to, how I wanted to present myself before you. And after graduation, I had a student reach out to me, and he had watched his peers graduate, and unfortunately, he had come up short in his credits. But hearing the speech and hearing this book, he felt really called back to his elementary years and all of the teachers that had supported him along the way. And he asked for help, and he asked how he could get back, how he could get those credits, and how he could earn his degree. And I'm really proud to say that I get to confer his degree next week. So, my second lesson to you, I know I'm proud of him too, my second lesson to you is that when you have those moments to be radically authentic, I hope you take them, because you never know how it might impact someone else. And so now, I wish you more. I wish you more ups than downs. I wish you more give than take. I wish you more tippy toes than deep. I wish you more we than me. I wish you more hugs than Uggs. I wish you more woohoo than whoa. I wish you more will than hill. I wish you more can than not. I wish you more snowflakes than tongue. I wish you more pause than fast forward. I wish you more umbrella than rain. I wish you more bubbles than bath. This one's my favorite page. I wish you more treasures than pockets. I wish you more stories than stars. I wish all of this for you because you are everything that we could wish for and more. Congratulations, class of 2026. By the virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Education of Montgomery County under the laws of the state of Maryland, I do now award the diplomas or certificates evidencing the satisfactory completion of prescribed courses of study to the students of Damascus High School who are recommended for graduation by the faculty of this school. In receiving this diploma or certificate, each of you is entitled to all of the privileges and honors accorded graduates of a high school accredited by the Maryland State Department of Education. It's official, you did it!
Where do you want us, class sponsor? Where do you want us?
We'll go behind and then in front of the podium.
Yeah, we're on this side.
Ryan Bryce Chidako. Kweku Micah Okra. Sarah Wateri Parker. Rudra Patel. Precious Young. Shmela Magdalene Nathan. Eliana Rose Erazo. Lashana Radrago. Yasin Kand. Callum Joseph Hughes. Woju Oluwa Adamo. Aiden Matthew On. Abigail Grace Ajamian. Yusuf Ali Aider Aluaibi. Nada Amar Al-Najjar. John Amare. Joshua Amare. Elsie Ansa. Francisco Arias Argueta. Shane Thomas Armstrong. Evelise Obley. Elizabeth Ryan Baker. Sivavakyan Balaji. Aiden Wayne Balanoff. Kaylee Dayanara Barillas. Braden Xavier Barnes. Jordan Ziller Barrett. Samuel Grant Baxter. Stephen Gabriel Burcian Martinez. Marcela Alejandra Bernal Gonzalez. Paige Morgan Blake. Kira Elizabeth Brand. Cameron Ligar Brazil. Evelyn Cecile Branner Carver. Ava Camille Broadwater. Alice Preston Brown. Just the first name? Terrence Isaac Brown. Andrew Robert Burke. Essence Quavella Burns. Aiden Brian Cagley. Chris Felicidad Kanda. Victor Cardoso Umani. Bly Christian Carter. Cameron Elizabeth Castillo. Matthew Hunter Chapin. Afan Chaudhry. Sophia Liu Cheng. Connor Zane Coakley. Eva Graciela Colela. Morgan Elizabeth Coleman. Do I need to slow down? McKenna Ryan Cooley. Kanaya Harmony Cooper. Tyler Joseph Cooper. Remy Janelle Cooperstein. Kendall Rose Copeland. Luis Antonio Cordera Agreda. Rebecca Alessandra Cordova. Nelson Correas. Marina Costantillo. Gabriel Omar Cotto. Ashton Rain Cox. Kylie Brooke Cox. Mackenzie Mercer Cranford. Jada Melina Cruz. Lucas Cruz. Kayla Alexia Cunningham. Jeremy Aiden Cuthbert. Rishi Damavalam. Kosi Demetrio Sergis de Hogbe. Keegan Jeffrey Delaney. Justin Josue Darris Worley. Sarah Rose DeStefano. Colton James Dewing. Arnav Narsingh Dungana. Alesh Narsingh Dungana. Amy Jocelyn Diaz. Amy Diana Diaz Sagusteme.
Shelby Strauss Dietrich. Mesa Emetha Maria Jabam. Anvita Devella. Sophia Grace Dollar. Mia Keelan Dove. Janessa Lachelle Edmonds. Corey Richard Enstrom. Madison Lee Irvin. Haylene Alexandra Espin. Charlotte Isabel Evans.
Ani Giselle Fajardo. Caleb Fennel.
Pablo Daniel Fayola Rugamas. Rodrigo Alejandro Fleitas Dick. Valerie Daniela Flores.
Carlos Andre Flores Gonzalez.
Carly Page Fogel. Leke George Afabun Fange. Dixie Faith Fort. Chase Sidney Freeman. Kirsten Ann Hope Jimenez Freeberger. Alexander Ryan Fry. Arthur Francis Friend. Jocelyn Jean May Fryer. Colin Richard Gallagher. Kamari Gamble. Matthew Gamino.
Valeriano Garcia Negro.
Anushka Marine Garvey. Amelia Ryan Gaskew. Mia Juliana Gatti. Abis Solomon Gabramedin. Asal Gorbanian Badj Giron. Ivy Thomas Gist. Brian Andrew Goins. Dejan Allen Goins. Mariana Gomez Oliveira. Emma Alexis Gonzalez. Kimberly Yamaleth Granados.
Saí Alicia Granados. Daniel Isaiah Granados Martinez. Olivia Riley Grant. Zoe Elizabeth Gregory. Claire Griffin. Kiara Guardia Villazón. Eunice Elizabeth Guerrero Reyes. Mariah Delicia Guthrie. Amaya Chloe Hammond. Chase Lawrence Hedgepeth. Cameron Alyssa Handy. Samantha Elizabeth Hennelly. Seven Chase Enriquez. Veronica Jasmine Hernandez. Leslie Hernandez Cruz. Gabriela Hernandez Contreras. Keith Hernandez Salamanca. Lily Elizabeth Haywa. Jason Craig Hiltbrand. Tamia Hodges. Kaylee Bryn Hoffman. Erin Rose Hoffman. Ariana Hussein. Jekung Huang. Kelly Hudson. Renee Christine Huffman. Payne Maria Hyatt. Ian Joshua Hyman. Antonio Lorenzo Iorio. Giacomo Salvatore Iorio. Raffaele Emiliano Iorio.
Ángel José Iraeta Solís. Katia Bashir Jara. Mariam Jafari. Krishna Jongle. Katie Isabel Jimenez Peña. Kamal Johnson. Julia Leilani Jonas. Madeline Nicole Jones. Jonas Usola Fitzpatrick.
Shaina Kakur. Sasha Rose Karp. Joseph Angel Kim. Alexa Rees King. Aaron Isaac Koch. Damir Timurovich Kumulov. Mara Ripley Kuroda. Rosemary Patricia Irene Kuszewski. Landon Jacob Lackey. Raquel Miranda Lagos. Sofia Annalise Lamonda. Lawrence Marquise Lancaster. David King Landreth Jr. Jessica Natalie Lemus Reyes. Marcelo Santiago Llanos. Jada Lomeyer. Ramil Aku Caponi. April Danica Cummins Lopez. Erika Amaro Lott. Michaela Ray Luke. Jacob Tanner Luce. Jess J. Luco. Tyler Connor Lasky. Ryden Alexander Lewin. Jacob Talon Madrikowski. Emily Fabiola Manzano. Emma Shoshana Mathis. Leon Estefan Marin Araque. Bernard Roland Reyes Marquez. Mark Stephen Martin. Jaden Emmanuel Martinez. Ashley Martinez Monroe. Abigail Adassa Martinez Sandoval. Hannah Matthew. Leah Marley Matthews. Jaden Hope McAuliffe. Abigail Lee McElfresh. Emily Marion McNicholas. Caitlin Avery McPhee. Connor Andrew Megan. Angeli Miranda Guzman.
Kaylee Christine Mobley. Logan Patrick Monarch. Noah Kadar Morera. Alexa Rupnarine Morris. Jason Karanja Morere. Shannon Lynn Mullaney. Selena Ray Murray. Margaret Clark Murtaugh. Sarah Elizabeth Nachbar. Jamal Ni Anate Nye. Chloe Michelle Newman. Amara Rose Neenan. Tehran John Naziza. Adriana Marie Oakes. Yeah. Do you want me to do your middle name? Olotoni David Ablua. Emily Abigail Oliveira. Sophia Alice O'Neill. Kayla Maria Ortez Guerrero.
Alex Francisco Osorio Sanchez. Rebecca Elizabeth Ostrowski. Edwin Giovanni Oviedo Myers. Abhilash Padan. Last name? Abigail Rose Palace. Nora Simone Patton. Nefi Akiba Peoples. Jaden Kyle Pereira. Natalia Perez. Beverly Leonore Perez Alonzo. Elin John Peterson. Thomas Allen Phillips. Jason Matthew Peer. Sarah Eileen Polk. Eli Cooper Pond. Nelson Stephen Portillo. Madeline Jean Powell. Lindsay Quintanilla Pinedo. Ashley Diana Ramos Herrera. Jeremy Gonzalez Reyes. Kimberly Daniela Reyes Lobos. Chase William Richardson.
Emily Jordan Ridgway. Edwin Malcolm Rivera. Kendall May Roark. Daniel Alejandro Rodas. Jayla Stephanie Rodriguez. Enrique Arnaldo Rojas. Jalen Alexis Roque. Max Austin Rosenhaft. Trinity Michelle Rosser. Cordelia Wanda Roth. Noah Alexander Ryan. Grace Margaret Salgado. Michael Hayden Sanders. Natalie Ann Sasnova. Ryan Elizabeth Schmidt. Jessica Lena Schultz.
Hunter Lydell Scott.
Kennedy Elaine Scott. Myra Iveth Serpis Vargas. Emily Anna Sevilla. Sadie Anna Chafee. Rahil Jignesh Shah. Kaylin Marie Sheehan. Catherine Jane Shiflett.
Lucas Aarón Sierra Salgado.
Kyle Padavan Silva. Elizabeth Irene Smith. Logan Michael Soda. Riley Dawn Soda.
Pedro Isaías Solano Romero.
Sophia Gina San. Ashvin Thurmal. Colton Keith Spillers. Lily Dara Sray. Jackson Riley Stadler. Leon Umbadinga Stalzinski. Lillian Rose Strong. Isabel Jada Strobel. Maya Rose Sweet. Zarabi Galit Tabraj. J. Eden Taylor. Gabriel Nathan Thomas. I don't know where I am. Simone Sarah Ann Thomas. Jaden Terrell Thompson.
Emilia Filomena Toto. German Trejo Ramírez. Adriana Sofía Trigueros. Haley Rose Tyler. Noah Toba Timchina. Josué David Ulloa López. Delia Abigail Vargas Abreu. Megan Ivy Vu. Navaneeth Venkataraman. Michael Natael Velázquez Lucas. Melanie Alexis Velázquez. Isabella Noemi Velasco. Natalia Sofia Vieras Diaz. Sydney Lauren Vaughn. Leilani Belvon. Kennedy Lynn Walker. Sean Douglas Walker. Rebecca Waller Green. Nicholas Ty Walters. Shanxi Wong. Aaron James Ward. Genesis Josiah Washington. Ty Finn Washington. Davis Christopher West. Jacob Preston Wheeler. Amir DeCarlos Whitehead. Jordan Christian Whitney. Braden Chase Wilbanks. Adam James Wilson. Justin Moxley Whitmer. Roland Scott Wong. Sean Gregory Woodcock. Benea Yaboa Danso.
Congratulations.
Nishanth Janiebra. Nadesh Naga Vupala. Svetlana Zagrebianyeva. Sarah Zaluski. Jason Balbino Zambrano Peralta. Moisés Ezequiel Celaya Solano. Ariana Zeppos. Zion Michael Zimmerman. Yao Yao Zhang. Ella Elizabeth Page Zigmund. Delaney Grace Zupo.
Graduates, under your seats are 2 roses, one white and one yellow. The white rose is a gift from the class of 2026 as a wish for good luck in your future. The yellow rose is for you to give to someone that has helped you succeed these past 4 years. Now, fellow graduates, please rise. Join me as we now move the tassel from the right to the left, signifying the passage into a new phase of our lives. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Congratulations, class of 2026. We graduated.